Great person. I've known him for so long. For the past 16 months, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
You just witnessed a historic moment, folks. As I reported to you all the other day, RFK Jr. was planning on dropping out of the race and endorsing Donald Trump, and this morning he did just that. And he gave a little press conference, he gave a little speech, and boy, oh boy, he absolutely ripped apart the Democrats in a way that no one else ever has, not even Donald Trump. Now, we will break down that little speech in future videos, but for right now, just enjoy this moment because you don't see moments like this often. Moments where two politicians from different political parties are coming together, joining forces to defeat the machine that we are up against. Now, if this was actually a fair election, it would not be Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. It would be Donald Trump versus RFK Jr. The Democratic Party did everything they could to try to keep him out of this election. And they installed Kamala without a single vote, okay? Understand, they skipped an entire process and installed Kamala as the nominee. If there was a battle, if there was a fight, if the people had to choose, I'm telling you right now, most of them would have chosen RFK. And this would be a total different election. But because the Democrats have pulled all of this shady stuff, now it's backfiring in their face. And we are witnessing RFK Jr. and Donald Trump on stage together at this massive rally. And things could not be going worse for the Democrats right now.
And they are very, very proud of Bobby. I'm proud of Bobby. You want to know the truth? And I don't think I've ever introduced anyone that got applause like he just got. I must tell you, I don't think it's true. I don't think I've ever introduced anybody I got applause like that. It's amazing. It's true. Amazing. Soon after I can't even believe I have to say this, nearly assassinated in Pennsylvania last month, Bobby called me to express his best wishes. He knows firsthand the risks incurred by leaders who stand up to the corrupt political establishment. When you stand up, you bring on some trouble for yourself, but you have to do what's right. You have to do what's right for the country. I will tell you, we are both in this to do what's right for the country. That's one thing I can tell you.
Folks, all of the buzz, all of the fake excitement, all of the fake hype generated by the Democratic National Convention has all been blown right out of the window. It's all just, oh, that's old news now. No one cares. Who cares about this dry, uneventful speech from Kamala Harris when you got RFK Jr. and Donald Trump on stage together? You got the pyrotechnics going, and it really feels like a WWE event. It feels like you got two, people who have been at odds joining forces in a tag team against, whoever, insert wrestler's name here. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. I like the energy in the room. I like that people are coming together. Because I do not like how divided America has become over the past decade or so. And I really feel like most of us have more in common than we think. I feel as if there are still sane people on both sides of the aisle. I think there are a lot of people over on the left that kind of feel lost right now because they're not as far left as all of this other crazy stuff that's going on, and I feel like they feel politically homeless. And as like myself, I'm someone who's always been kind of in the middle. I don't identify any way, or with any party. I'm just myself, right? But even me nowadays, I'm considered, I'm over here on the right, or I'm far right, just because I believe in basic common sense. But that's where we've gone. Politics has changed. There's been this giant shift. And right now, there's a lot of people trying to figure out where they really fit in. And I think RFK Jr. and Donald Trump coming together, I think this is it's definitely better than them both being at odds, even though they have more in common. You know what I mean? I feel like we have a common enemy that needs to be defeated. And I feel like the little differences we have, we can set them to the side and we can still hash them out. You know what I mean? We can still hash them out. But as of right now, there is an evil that must be defeated. And I think that's more important than the little disagreements that we have with a lot of our fellow Americans. Like, I believe there's some things that we can disagree on, and who cares? We think differently. We view the world differently. But then there's some big things, like, the freedom of speech, not forcing certain things in people's bodies, not preying on little kids. Like, there's certain other things that I feel like we got to come together on, regardless if we have differences, in other places. But for now, I want to know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.